Hey everybody. So I usually do home improvement videos, but this is a growing topic and a lot of people have asked me how I do this. My mother is 82 and she's had dementia since she was 75 and she still lives home by herself independently. And these are some of the things that I've come up with that allow her to keep that independence. Everything that I'm mentioning here is available through Amazon and the links are in my description. So if you can't find something, just go down to my description, find the product, click the link, it'll take you right there. So the first thing that I tackled was surveillance. I wanted to make sure I knew where she was at all times. Not that I'm watching her at all times, but I want to be able to have peace of mind that she's home and she's safe. So the first thing I got was the Ring doorbell camera. And most of you know what that is. For those of you who don't, it's a doorbell with a camera on it so you can see who's coming to the door. If there's any motion detected, it shows who's there, who's leaving, so you have an indication of what's going on at the front door. It costs about $3 a month for the Ring doorbell, but there are some other free options I'm going to get into right now. So the other options you have are the CASA. It's Kasa, and it's by TP-Link, and these are great cameras. They're completely free. You don't have to pay for these services. You can look at these cameras anytime you would like, and they not only give you a great picture, but they also rotate 180 degrees left or right, and they rotate up and down. So you can look at multiple rooms based on how that camera is positioned. And these cameras are like 25 bucks. They're not very expensive. So I have two of these at my mom's house. They're very, very helpful. I also have an Alexa Show, and that is a device that allows you to make video calls so you can see the person and they can see you. So I video call my mother on a daily basis, mainly to make sure she takes her pills, which we'll get into in a minute. But it allows me to drop in on this device and talk to her face to face. Now you can set it up so you can drop in, which means you can just go in and open her camera up so she can see you and you can see her, and she doesn't have to touch anything to get it to work. And I also had some issues where she was opening and closing her garage or keeping it open at night. Now, luckily, there's people in her condo community that keep an eye on her as well, but I bought a device called MyQ, and it takes any garage door that has a remote. It doesn't have to be Wi-Fi, and it turns it into a Wi-Fi device. So I can look on my phone and see her garage door. Her garage door is her opener is like 25 years old. I can see if that garage door is open or closed, and I can open and close it with my phone as needed. So if she opens it and forgets to close it at night, I can close it with my phone and know that garage is closed and she's safe and secure in her home. So the next thing I want to cover is medication. And what I have done is I have a pill box and it has 4 weeks of pills. So you can set that up. And in front of the pill box, I have a digital calendar so it shows the day of the week. And the theory is they will look at the day, they'll look below and see the pills. And if that pill is not taken for that day, they'll open the box and they'll take those pills. One of the other things you can do is put one of those CASA cameras in front of the pill box to check yourself to make sure they took the pills for the day. My mother's at the point where she doesn't remember to take the pills. So what I do, I check my CASA app, make sure she's sitting down and she's comfortable. Then I open up the Alexa Show and I drop in and say, "Hey, Mom, it is Tuesday. Have you taken your week 1 Tuesday pills?" And then I tell her the color of the row. Like I know week 1 is yellow. So I go look at top row, yellow, Tuesday pills. Make sure you took it. And don't hang up until they took the pills because sometimes they'll forget to take the pills even if you tell them. So I have her get up, grab some water, take the pills while I'm watching her, and then I'm done. Then I have a 5-minute conversation with her on a daily basis. Not a big deal. It's very routine for me. And the third and final topic I want to talk about is food. And one of the things that we take advantage of is Meals on Wheels. And so usually your county provides this service where for $3 or $4 a day, the 5 days a week, they'll come and drop a meal off to them at lunchtime. And I know we can provide other food for them, but it's not just, it's a hot meal. It's like a little TV dinner. It's more of the human connection too, because usually when you get older, you don't have a lot of people visiting you. So at least they have someone in person coming to them 5 days a week, saying hi for 30 seconds, dropping a hot meal off and getting them off the couch. They have a little bit of contact with somebody. So to me, it's worth the $3 or $4 just for that. And the meals are actually pretty good. They're healthier than normal. On top of the Meals on Wheels, when I'm there on a weekly basis, I get her groceries, and I always set up a grocery delivery. So if you have like a Kroger or a Fry or some large grocery chain, you can usually set up a delivery and you can kind of schedule that time for when you're there so they drop the groceries off and you don't have to go to the store and deal with it. If you don't know exactly when you're going to be there, you can also use DoorDash, which is great because you can have DoorDash go to your grocery store, get some groceries, drop them off when you're there. It's not the cheapest option, but it is a nice service provided to you. You can have groceries to their house within 2 hours easily. And some of the things that I do for the groceries, I try to keep it simple. They're not going to be cooking a lot of meals, so I do breakfast sandwiches, chicken nuggets, yogurt, Jello, lunch meat, bread. Keep snacks pretty limited. My mother tends to go to snacks immediately all the time. So if you have an entire thing of cookies that you got delivered, my mom's going to eat the entire thing of cookies right away. So what I do is I ration it. I'll hide 4 or 5 cookies in the refrigerator and 4 or 5 somewhere else. So she doesn't have the entire package access because it will disappear very fast. Another thing that you want to think about is when you get them, say, milk or anything that might be difficult to open, jars or anything like that, make sure you pre-open everything, because what you'll notice sometimes is the same item will be unused in the fridge, and that's because they don't have the ability to open it to use it. So the final thing I want to talk to you guys is the trash. And I used to have to call my mother every Monday. I made sure she set the trash out, and it was kind of a hassle. And she's to the point now where I don't want her to wheel that trash can out, especially in Ohio wintertime. So what I do is I get very large dumpster trash bags and I put them in her trash can. And every couple weeks, I just take the trash bag, take it to my house, put it in my garbage, and then put a new liner in her garbage can. And it's a lot easier to do this versus worry about your mom taking the trash out. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. I'm going to keep it short, and I'm going to do a couple other parts based on the same subject later on. If you guys have questions, let me know. All the products that I mentioned are in the links in the description below, so go ahead and check those out. And again, until next time, take care.